Guys, so let's talk about the forwards of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. When it comes to their forwards, there is this song that comes to mind. Oluwa, 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 de, joy is coming. See, when you look at the forwards, then you know that there is joy in that Super Eagles team. Guys, let's talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria, their forwards. Now, Chelle is yet to name the squad. We want to talk about the forwards very quickly. What do you make of the forwards of Nigeria? For me, best in Africa.
For Nigeria, they are forwards. We will say they are spoiled with choice. Because they have, for me right now, the best striker in Africa. Victor Osimhen. They have Victor Boniface, Lookman, Chukwueze, name them. They just have so many good players. When it comes to the forward, I think that's their strength now. But the only thing is how to blend them.
Right.
That is it.
So,
you see, with Nigeria, if let's say like the World Cup trophy or the AFCON trophy would be given based on squad and then like names of squad, when it comes to Africa, they'll just give it to Nigeria. Right. Because when it comes to their forward, my brother, they are superb. They are superb.
So, guys, you have heard from Chanana and also Sairam concerning the forwards Nigeria have. I think they have one of the best pool of forwards in Africa and also in the world. My name is Adam. For the sake of this video, call me Emeka. Chanana.
Chine Junior building.
Sairam.
Ebuka, you know their name.
So, guys, please make sure to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. Quickly, we want to jump into it. Now, the squad is yet to be named, and we have already talked about goalkeepers, defenders, midfielders. Today, we want to talk about forwards, and the first player, as you said, Victor Osimhen. Talk to me about this player, what he's doing this season, and what he brings on board to help Eric Chelle.
See, now, when you talk about forwards, Victor Osimhen is a finished article. He has passed that stage where you are going to try and test. No. Now he's just a formidable forward. Just all you need is just put him in your team, tell him what you need to do, and he will deliver. But this season, we can attest to the fact that he didn't have a preseason for Galatasaray, but he's their top scorer with I think 17 goals in the Turkish Super League and 4 assists. That should tell you that he's doing marvelously well. Osimhen now he's a finished product. The only thing is just pray that he doesn't get injured, because we know him sometimes he just suffer from some niggling injuries here and that. But apart from that, Osimhen is a fine forward. Can play any style that you want him to play. The only thing is just give him the chance and he'll bang in the goals for you. So with that, I don't think Nigeria have a problem with their goal scoring.
I also agree with Chanana on this. Victor Osimhen is a super guy. Now, moving away from Victor Osimhen, let's talk about Victor Boniface. Boniface, for me, he's a footballer by day, content creator by night. And I like him so much because of the kind of personality he has, a very bubbling person. But then, let's look at this season, what he has done for Leverkusen, because I believe he's fit. He comes into the squad. How does he help? How does he fit into Eric Chelle's, plan and also system?
You see, with Victor Boniface, as my brother said, those two Victors, my brother, if you have them in your team, if you have them in your team, you should know that you are always a step ahead of your opponent, you understand? And then looking at what he has done this season, like right from last season through to this season for Leverkusen, I mean, it's amazing. Although injuries, came in 1 or 2, worrying him a bit. But because looking at him this season, he has played a number of 12 games for Leverkusen, and then he's had 8 goal contributions for them, 7 goals and 1 assist. That's not bad for, any player, you understand? So with Victor Boniface, he comes into the team and then gives the team that spirit. And then he's one player that when you have him in your team, even if some players are down, he can revive their spirit for you. And then there's a plus for a player to be able to do that. So Victor Boniface coming into this Nigeria squad, he's bringing, talent and then goals and everything you need from a striker. Yeah.
I think he brings that quality that Nigeria needs, because looking at their squad, you need everything possible for them to qualify to the World Cup. They have not done well so far in the qualifiers. So at this point, they need all their players doing well in their club side to come into the team and start firing. Now, let's move away from Boniface and talk about African best player, Ademola Lookman. Good player by our standard. For me, when he's in that Nigeria team, he performs exactly the way he performs for club side. Yeah. You don't even see that. Some players, they come to national team, they don't perform so well, but club side, that's not Ademola Lookman. He's one guy that performs the same way. Chanana, talk to me about this player, what he brings on board. Because currently on form, He's there.
He's there.
So talk to me about him.
See, Ademola Lookman, for now, let me tell you, I'll tell you it's in the form of his life. For this past, let's say the past 2-3 seasons, he has been amazing. And he's not stopping now. Because when you check his numbers, it tells you that he's a goal scorer and a creator at the same time. Because he has almost half the number of goals as an assist. That tells you that he scores and creates. And when you have this player in your team, and as you said earlier, when he plays for the national team, it's the same thing.
The same thing as club
plays
side.
for Atlanta. And we saw him, he got injured, came back, and it's as if he wasn't injured.
At the AFCON, he was so surprised.
Just banging in the goals for Atlanta, just right after he's back from injury. That tells you that he's not stopping soon. And since he translates that form to Nigeria, I tell you, Nigeria are always happy to see him, because you know that this player, when he's on form in his club, you always get the same thing in Nigeria. There's no way you come and tell me that, oh, look, man, there, when he plays in his club, he does well, but when he comes to Nigeria, no. He sometimes even does better in Nigeria than he plays for his club. That should tell you
not like Ghanaian players. You see the likes of Inaki, Semenyo, Kudus, they do well for their clubs, and they come to Ghana.
So with
it's a
someone
different
like
situation.
him, you get you are guaranteed of 120% performance from him. And we know with this situation that Nigeria is going to step up. And with his creation and goal scoring there, let's hope that he will come to the party for Nigeria.
All right. So, guys, moving away from Ademola Lookman, let's talk about Samuel Chukwueze. For me, I think he's a very good player, but then he has shared that position with another player because of the lack of defensive, input. Now, Sarah, talk to me about Samuel Chukwueze, AC Milan. Even at AC Milan, he's not a regular starter for them. Sometimes he starts, sometimes he comes off the bench. What do you think he brings into Eric Sekushel's team this time around?
You see, with Samuel Chukwueze, we see that one creative player. You understand? We see that player that can hold on to the ball, create something out of nothing, and then release the ball for something to
very
come out.
Skillful player.
Yes. So with Chukwueze, you can't take him out of this Nigerian team, even though things are not going that well at AC Milan now.
I feel like he should just work on his defensive ability.
Exactly. And then you see these players like this, I term them as default players for their countries. They've done it before. They've paid their dues. So they deserve call-ups irrespective of the performance they put up in their club teams. You see, so with Chukwueze there, I don't see him coming out of this Nigeria. He has to be there because he has that, that creativity to help the team.
All right.
Yeah.
So moving away from Chukwueze, let's talk about Senior Man Kelechi, currently on loan at Middlesbrough. And I want to talk about this player because I feel like he comes with the experience, not only what he does for the team, but the experience. He's a player that has seen it all. So definitely they need him around the team for this World Cup qualifiers. And for Eric Sekusel, he will be willing to keep core part of the team, especially for the job ahead. Chanana, talk to me about Senior Man and what he brings to the team.
Senior Man, how you go do him? But right now, this season, his performance has been very, very poor. And we know that's why he left Sevilla and went to Middlesbrough for loan. That should tell you that his performance is because Sevilla, we know they are suffering. So if
you're not getting regular playing time
in Sevilla, that should tell you that you're not doing well this season at all. But he has been there for a very long time. So I think the coach will have him in the team for his particular performance. But for him starting there, I don't see him starting this season because the forward line, they have so many players. Boniface can play as a winger. Ademola Lookman will do the same. Chukwueze and all that stuff. So I don't see him playing the same. But you need him for experience because he has been in this situation before and he knows how to overcome it. So you just have him in the team, talk to the players and all that stuff. Because giving him one more slot will not bring anything. Because not all the players being called are going to play. So when you give him one more slot, it will not cause any problem. So I think they need him for his advice and his experience in the team, so that he will be able to guide the young ones, so that they can be qualified for the World Cup.
For me, I don't think he's going to start, but at least he gets 20-15 minutes. Not bad. He's someone who can make something happen, just based on my own opinion. So Senior Man Kelechi making the squad, I call it psycho. Now, moving away from that, let's talk about Moses Simon, a player that I believe is performing very well for club side and deserves a call up into the national team to help Nigeria for the World Cup 2026 qualifiers. He's a very good player by our standard, performs well for the Nigeria Super Eagles team, very skillful player, has a lot of speed, a lot of impact, positivity playing forward. What do you think he brings into this Eric Sekushel's team to help them in the World Cup qualifiers?
Which player?
Moses Simon.
Okay. So Moses Simon.
He wasn't paying attention. Moses Simon.
no, that's easy. But Moses Simon, is when it comes to Nigeria's forward line. As I said earlier, there are certain players that have paid their dues for the national team. And then aside paying his dues, he's not in bad form.
He's performing very well in the French League.
Yeah, he's at 90s and then he has played a number of 20 matches this season. That's not bad for a player, considering his age. You understand?
And his goal contribution is in double figures. I mean, see, that's really
goals and
exciting.
7
It's in double figures.
That makes it 12 goal contribution for him after playing 20 matches, and then that's not very bad for him. I mean, looking at him, a player of his age, you understand. And then, as I said earlier, he has paid his dues for the national team. And then Moses Simon, he comes in, as I said about Samuel Chukwueze, he has that creativity. He's able to hold on to the ball, create something out of nothing, and then supply for the victors to, bang in their goals for you. So with Moses Simon making the squad, it will be a very, very, very big plus for the Nigerian national team.
All right, so moving away from Moses Simon, I want us to talk about Paul Onuachu of Southampton. Very tall, lanky player. And I believe this player, he does some things crazy in the EPL that I look at him like, wow, this player is so tall but has some crazy footworks, knows how to dribble, knows how to score. I think it's a complete package for me. And it can come in as a substitute for Victor Osimhen because their profile is almost quite similar. Now, Chanana, talk to me about Paul, what he brings to the team. Does he even make the squad in the first place?
For me, making the squad will be difficult because Nigeria have about 10 strikers who are gunning for maybe 6 or 7 slots.
And they all have height.
So I tell you, so making the squad. But you see, with Victor Osimhen in the squad, he has every profile you want. He's very tall and stuff, agile and all that stuff. So even if you come with a tall stage, the party playing the number 9 self, it will get the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, that he could be a substitute for him because anything could happen.
But the thing is, when Victor Osimhen is playing and another striker will be substitute, that tells you the coach will be going for a different approach. Yeah. Because Victor Osimhen can play the hold up and everything that Paul Onuachu can do. So if a striker is coming to substitute Victor Osimhen, that tells that the coach is going for a different approach. So for me, I'm sorry to disappoint him, but I don't see him making the squad this straight.
For me, I think he makes the squad because not only that, because he has some crazy footworks. I've seen him complete some crazy dribbles in the EPL, and I think not many forwards have that ability like the way he does. So for me, I'm going to say he makes the squad. Like, I'll be surprised if he doesn't make the squad.
I understand you, but for me, the reason why I'm going for him not making the squad is numbers. You know, with the forward now,
it's because of the team he plays.
The numbers don't favor him at all because he has played almost 15 games and just scored twice.
Bro, it's Southampton. The team he's playing,
they are currently bottom of the
table. You are not doing well. How can
it's the whole team. It's not his fault.
No, but why would we play for Southampton? Explain yourself.
No,
why would we
but would you say
what?
Like, example, let's say Mohamed Kudus plays for West Ham, and then West Ham is not in good form this season. So because of that, he's not going to get
call up because of that.
Mohamed Kudus' status as a footballer is different from Paul.
But Southampton is not a bad team because
they are very bad team.
I know, but I know of countries.
Somebody who is carrying the whole.
But I know of countries who call players from the championship. For me, if you are playing the Premier League and then you are bottom of the table, you are better than somebody who is first on the championship table.
You are lying.
No, like technically that's how it should be. You understand?
So guys, let us know what you think. Do you think Paul Onuachu makes the squad? For me, I said yes. Chanana says no. Seram says yes. So let us know that down below in the comments. Now let's move away from Paul and talk about Umar Sadiq. Currently on loan at Valencia, and I mean, we also see that player, very tall, lanky player again. Tall, lanky player again. And I think Nigeria are blessed with tall players. I'm not going to lie to you. He's a player that I believe has similar profile to the players you have already mentioned. Do you think he makes the squad? Because I feel like you can't have similar profile too much in your team. You need people for different, plan or system or tactic. So do you think Umar Sadiq makes the squad? And if yes, what does it bring to the table?
Okay, so for me, I see Umar Sadiq making the squad.
You see him making the squad?
Yes, I see him making the squad.
Because
there's a saying that says that plenty meat know the spore soup. You understand? Plenty meat that means that if you have too many goodies around, it will go a long way to help you rather than causing harm to you. And then looking at what he's doing at Valencia this season, just currently, their last match they played, you saw how
he scored 2 goals. He did very well.
Yeah, he scored a brace, and then you could see that he's performing well. And then, as I said earlier too, these are some of the players who have paid their dues to the national team. So them getting collabs to the national team wouldn't be a bad idea. So somebody shouldn't sit somewhere and say that okay, maybe because they are not playing in the top leagues or they are not performing at the highest level.
La Liga is a top league, so definitely.
No, somebody might come up and say that, but they paid their dues. You understand?
But La Liga is actually
In time
top
past,
league.
The best league in the whole world. You're crazy.
Those
why
days
no?
is
Don't put this up for an argument.
I'll put it up for you. Can't another day for this. You don't worry.
You
I'll
forgotten
put
the
Premier League what?
Okay,
That
fine.
kick and run. No.
Okay, no problem about that. But as I said, Umar Sadiq is definitely making the squad because before the Victor Osimhen and the Bonifaces, there was Umar Sadiq, and then they paid their dues. You understand? Okay.
All we want is someone who supply the ball for the victors to bring victory.
For me, Umar Sadiq is a very good player. I don't see him making the squad because I think the profile in the team is almost similar.
No,
but if he makes the team too, it's not bad.
No,
I mean, injuries do happen.
Yeah.
Players end call up the next 2-3 minutes. He hear they are injured, so he could definitely make the squad in the long run. Now, moving away from Umar Sadiq, I want us to talk about Chuba Akpom.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Leo.
On loan. Ajax player. He wasn't doing well this season at Ajax, so he went on loan. And Leo, he's doing so well. He's doing wonders, in fact. And this is a player that had already said that he has decided to play for Nigeria for some time. They are not calling him. I want to ask Chuba Akpom that, do you want Nigeria? Who wants to play more for Nigeria? Is it that Nigeria needs you or you need Nigeria? Please do the approach. You see, when you're approaching a girl and the girl is dilly-dallying, sometimes you have to go the extra mile. You understand? So talk to me about Chuba Akpom. I mean,
Chuba Akpom is a good striker. I've seen him play some few times and I realize he's very good. But right now Nigeria has spoiled for choices. And we have 4 constant names that you always see there. That's the two Victors, Ademola Lookman, and I think Samuel Chukwueze. They have earned that right. So anyone who will come as a compliment to them.
I get the reason why Nigeria are not even looking at
that. So that's the reason why he's not getting, unless he brings up crazy numbers. He gives us some crazy performance within a month or two that they realize that otherwise, these boys have already cemented their place up front. So that's why it's difficult for him to get a call up. But let's see. Let's hope that with maybe now Nigeria are a bit eager to do something because they are qualifying the 4 matches they play. They haven't done well, so they are eager. So I think maybe with that, the coach can broaden the net.
They've not even won one game in the qualifiers.
Just 3 draws and all that.
One loss.
So the coach would try to broaden the net to see whether because now he'll be willing to invite any player who is ready to help. And with this, I see that he's having the enthusiasm to play for Nigeria. So let's hope when he gets the chance, he can do something for them.
All right. So guys, you have heard from Chanana concerning Chuba Akpom. Lastly, let's talk about Tella. For me, that player is actually a midfielder, an attacking midfielder. But for Bayer Leverkusen, sometimes he's being used as a winger. And for me, I feel like he makes the squad. He has played, for Nigeria quite some time, but not enough. And currently, if you look at his form, Nigeria really needs all the guns blazing. You need to bring up your bigger guns to help you. And we are putting him in the forwards because of the position he has been playing quite recently for Leverkusen. Sarah, do you think Tella makes the squad? And if yes, how does he help the team?
Let me say this first. You see, this is a different profile. So this player will surely make the squad. Because he plays...
He's very versatile.
Yeah, he plays as a striker and he gives you another option joining the midfield. And so it's a different profile to the normal strikers. So because Xavi also uses him a lot. So that should tell you that he always make the call up. Because of it's a different profile to the normal strikers.
Sarah.
He has said it all.
Which one is that? Talk.
Yes, he has done the work for me.
Which one?
And then,
talk.
No, I'm very much grateful for that. You see Tella, he's definitely making the squad. As you said, he's a midfielder, but sometimes he plays as a right winger for the Bayer Leverkusen team. And then I see him making the squad because with utility players, we don't downplay their abilities. Somebody who can play more than one position on the field of play. I mean, such players, they are not easy to come by. So I see Nathan making the squad. And then one thing that I always say is that when coaches of the national teams are making call-ups, okay, sometimes they look at the club teams you are playing for. Bayer Leverkusen is doing well in the Bundesliga, and then their manager, Xabi Alonso, he's in right form, doing a great job. So sometimes I say that if you call a player and the player works under a good coach in their club level, sometimes when the going gets tough, they remember some things their coaches at the club level told them, and then they implement that on their own, and then they use it to help the team. But if you go and take a player you see, if you go and take a player who is playing for, I mean, these Subobo teams, I mean, they'll just come and worry you. So I see Nathan making the squad.
All right, so guys, we have talked about some forwards that are possible to make every Chukwueze squad. Let me know what you think about it down below in the comments. If you have missed any player, let us know down below in the comments. Now I'm going to go through the names very, very quickly. Victor Osimhen, Victor Boniface, Ademola Lookman, Samuel Chukwueze, Iheanacho, Umar Sadiq, Paul Onuachu, Chuba Akpom, Moses Simon, Nathan Tella. And guys, that is the forwards we believe are likely to make the squad. Not all of them are going to make the squad. There's a limited, selection for that particular position. But then all these players are performing very well for their club side. And it's possible for them to, make the squad. That's based on our own opinion. So guys, last words.
So you see, with the Nigerian national team, when it comes to their forwards, they don't have a problem. I think they can even compete some of the European countries. Okay. Yeah, when it comes to like their forward line, they don't really have a problem.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that their forward will come back in good shape and to deliver for them to qualify, because I want to see Nigeria at the World Cup. So
guys, from us, we just want to see Nigeria at the World Cup. We want their players to start firing, scoring goals, and also start winning games, because at this point, every Chukwueze's job is very difficult. He has to win every single game and hope the opponent also start losing games so that they can climb up on the World Cup qualifier table. So guys, this is it for us from here in the studios here in Ghana. My name is Sedem. You can call me Emeka, Chanana, and also Sairam. We'll make sure to see you in the next one. Charlie, we go vibe.